Greetings, friends. Reformed Stoic here, back again with another video. I'm gonna keep this one short. I just got back from a little power walk. Wanted to get some fresh air. I was hoping to get some insight on something. And I got some insight for this video right here. This is my address to Kodiak, Alaska. This is my latest update. I moved back here in May 2021 because of some circumstances going on in Vegas. I had a very quiet life here. I attended a Baptist church. I stopped attending that church around, say, near the end of 2022, I believe, and then I started attending a Catholic church a few months later. I did not leave the church under any bad circumstances. There were some people who were sad to see me go. I played drums on the worship team. So, anyway, let's get to the point, guys. I think there's at least a few people in this town who have heard a few things about me at this point. And there's probably some people with their arms crossed, tapping their feet, waiting for me to give some big, huge explanation. What I find in complex train wreck disaster scenarios like this is it's best to just whoosh, straight to the point, cut right to it. So here it is. For the majority of time that I was here, I was on Facebook under my name. I was on Instagram. I have a public email address in the link in my description on my YouTube channel. People here know me. There's a lot of people here who know me. I was born and raised here. At any given moment, anyone could have very easily added me on Facebook and sent me a DM. You could have added me on Instagram, sent me a DM. Jake, what's going on? I'm seeing these clips. I'm hearing things. What's the deal, man? And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. The only things I will say, I have two things to say about the clips that are being spread about me. Number one, the absolute brand newest of those clips that was filmed in this apartment was recorded on my live stream in the winter of 2021. So we're going on 3 years old. That is the newest of the clips that are being used. All of the other clips are from Vegas. Remember, I moved here in 2021 of May. We're talking 3+ years old for the majority of those clips. The newest of the clips being from about 2.5 years ago. So that's the first thing I have to say about the clips, is that it's ancient history. It's in the past. I was here, closer to proximity to those clips being originated, and nobody knew about them. And, you ask people from the Baptist church about me, and they're like, oh, he was quiet, and he played drums, and he was fine. So this idea that, I'm dangerous, and we immediately need to take action right now, oh my gosh, hurry up and call the cops in 5 seconds, or people are in danger. This kind of, urgency to have my rights taken away is just, it's not necessary on any level, okay? Those clips had been aging, forgotten about, except for people online. And then they were all pushed in your face by anonymous people on the neighborhood watch group. And, like I said, anybody could have talked to me about it at any time. The last thing I'll address about those clips is there's one in particular in Vegas. See, here's what's going on. There's a lot of clips, okay? I went through an upsetting period. That should probably be obvious to people, okay? It was COVID, it was lockdown. I was locked down alone in Vegas after things not going so great. I stream sniped a live streaming network, okay? Maybe some of you are wondering why all these clips are being shoved in your face every single day from different angles on the neighborhood watch group. Maybe nobody wondered that. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed if nobody wondered that, okay? Because in a world where nobody is, interested in me, I'm not going to say stalking me, even though maybe that is what I think is the case. In a world where whatever's been happening to me isn't happening, those clips would not be shoved in your face, and they probably wouldn't have been clipped, and they probably wouldn't have existed. Now, admittedly, I wouldn't have learned my lesson. And I've had some lessons in the past that I need to be a little bit more careful about things that I say, and I need to be really careful about things that I say on my live streams. The one thing I wanted to address about those clips is that there's one of them where I'm talking about being upset with some people from Kodiak, and I was very animated, okay? If you don't know who I am, that clip wasn't about you, okay? And if the people that I used to know in the past are still the way that they are on some level, that I hope they are, because they're funny, they would be like, no, Jake is a bitch, and he's not going to do shit. I hope some of you guys still got that spirit in you. Now, it might not be as true as it used to be if you're one of the guys more my size who doesn't have an animal nickname, but that's regardless. That's not the point. Okay? I was expressing some feelings during lockdown while people were swatting animal control to my house, telling me that, animal control knocks on my door and somebody says you're torturing your cats. I love my cats. I'm a cheesy cat dad. That's just absolute harassment, okay? It's called swatting, lying to animal control. I had to get the FBI involved, okay? I had people sending services to my door. I had contractors knocking on my door saying, hey, Jake, I'm here for the job. God knows what some of these people were showing up at my door for, okay? I got doxxed. I had people harassing me in Vegas, okay? Not like conspiracy theory stuff that I can't prove, like contractors knocking on my door, like people saying that I have an ad on Craigslist to sell weights or give away weights, people lying to animal control, people sending the cops to my door. Okay, I had a situation going on in Vegas. And it wasn't because, see, now you're going to say, oh, well, it's because you were yelling and people thought you were dangerous. No. I was yelling because that was happening. And it was making me say some off-color things. I'm not going to go down the line and address everything. I've already tried to address some of this. But the main point of this video is that people in this town know who I am. Anybody could have got in my comments or my DMs. You could have come in my chat on YouTube. One guy did, and I don't know who he was. Maybe somebody was pulling my leg, but he said, I'm a fisherman. Some other fisherman has made me aware of your situation, and I explained it to him, and he's like, okay, well, I understand if you were angry, don't threaten people. And I was like, all right, fine. I was a little frustrated because it's all years ago, okay? So it's like, okay, so what if I did know you? Then are you threatening me? No, I'm saying that I'm frustrated with how some people treated me in the past. And anything I was referring to would be really cheesy, like Popeye, arms, put him up, like, bar fights and stuff. Which everybody did when I lived here. Everybody fought all the time. And if you called the cops, you were a bitch. That's how I grew up here. Apparently it's different now. I grew up with people calling me a manlet and a bitch. And now everybody's saying I'm dangerous. And now everybody's trying to tattletale to the cops on me. Maybe that's just part of what it means to be an adult. I don't know. Frankly, most people getting involved in this stuff aren't my peers. They're not people that I know. But I'm not, that's not what this is about. Okay, this isn't an apology. This isn't a browbeating. This is me addressing the situation for anyone who is mature enough to say, well, maybe since we're all like talking so much about this guy, maybe we should come hear his perspective, okay? The main reason I'm making this video is because I think it will get views, okay? The grift is real. I'm running a channel here. This is good content. The second reason I'm making this video is because it's a responsible thing for me to do. And this is what I have to say about it. When you cut off communication, and I've said this to family members, I've said this to friends, okay? When you have a problem with somebody and you cut off the communication, like, nope, you're not allowed in the group. Nope, you're not allowed to speak up for yourself. I'm not going to ask you what's going on. But we're going to be over here, and we're going to be really mad, and we're going to act like you're dangerous. But I don't get a say. That's a problem. That is toxic behavior. And I think I've pretty much addressed everything. One more time with the native thing. If you saw the native rant, believe it or not, that was directed at people who were my friends. I had a lot of friends who were Alaskan natives, and I wasn't so happy with them, and I made it about race. And there's not really anything I can say that makes any of these clips look better. Okay, frankly, I'm surprised at what some of the people are angry at. Some people are like, he yelled at you Uber Eats. I'm like, really? You're angry at that? You're not angry about the native rant? But anyway, it's all in the past. That was in the winter of 2021. It's in the past, guys. I am a Christian. I am a real Christian. And I'm not going to sit here and lecture you about theology, but I will tell you one of the most important points is that if you do not forgive the sins of others, God will not forgive yours. And a lot of people have bared false witness against me. Okay? I went to court. I won. All those clips are in the past. I see somebody's in the neighborhood watch group every single day posting under an anonymous. They're posting as anonymous. Every single day they're trying to stir up some old controversy, and then it gets deleted, and then they do it again. I wonder why the admin there is allowing that to go on. They had a post where they tagged my church, where they told everybody where I go to church, which is not public information. And in that same post, they say, he's paranoid. Nobody's following him. How do you know where I go to church? If anybody is interested in my side of the story and what I think is going on, in some of my explanations, come to my chat, use an anonymous account. You don't need to tell me who you are. Just say, hey, I'm from Kodiak. What's going on, man? I'm somebody who knows you. What's going on? Send me an email. I'm not on Facebook or Instagram anymore under my name because I'm just not. I'm Reformed Stoic on Instagram. Add me. Send me a DM. Okay? Even if you use your identity, I promise, if you are at least somewhat civil in the way you approach me, I will not throw you into my live stream drama. I will not dox you. That's it, guys. You could have talked to me. You could have figured out what was going on. I'm very approachable. I'm not buying any of the excuses. Well, oh, I'm afraid, and he's so dangerous. No, like, you know, you could have just sent me a message, and a lot of people here know who I am, man. I was a pretty well-known guy here. Ultimately, the purpose of these clips being shoved in everybody's face and these channels that gather all these clips, they want my reputation to be destroyed, and they want Kodiak to buy some sort of a story like, oh, you know, he was nuts in Vegas, and he was a lunatic, and then he came over here because he's a loser and a lunatic, and then he spun around in circles, and he was an idiot lunatic, and then everybody's like, wow, what a lunatic. I mean, it's a smear campaign, okay? They want my reputation to be destroyed. And the last thing I'll say, guys, is I'm about more than that, okay? Believe it or not, I've had some colorful moments, but if you take a look at the videos on my channel, I'm at least trying to say some things of value. Maybe you don't find it valuable, that's fine. Despite what some are trying to claim, my channel is not just about having spurgouts and flipping out, being mentally ill and yelling at the camera. Somebody said that he deleted his old videos. No, I didn't delete those videos. That was recorded during a live stream. So I was live streaming myself, and at some point during what was usually a very long live stream, I said one of those things that was cut into a 45-second clip. Like, for example, there's one where I'm making gun noises and saying that I could buy an AK-47. Here's your homework, guys. Who was I threatening in that clip? Who did I threaten in that clip? Who did I say would be the target of those gun noises that I made? Because basically a lot of people told the cops that I made gun noises. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm being as civil as I can. You literally all pulled your hair out over somebody going, bang, 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 bang. Oh my gosh, I just did it again. Okay, guys? Can we at least pretend that we're adults for a second? I think it's time to end the video, guys. I was leaving off by saying that I do try to spread a message on this channel. Okay, my interpretation, but you know, I'm nuts, who cares what I say, is that my reputation is being attacked because somebody doesn't like the message of my channel. There's a lot of messages of this channel. And I will leave you with this, Kodiak. Things have changed since I was a young boy. I was born in 1991. At one point, we would read novels in school. I went to North Star, and we read The Giver. That was about a kind of totalitarian society, which brings up these kind of philosophical questions of, well, we could live in a more peaceful way of life if, we put everybody on castration pills that took away people's sex drives, because sex drives cause violence and competition. We could remove that. We could remove love. We could remove all these things from society because it would become more safe. After 9/11, I remember my teacher was discussing the Department of Homeland Security with class, and talking about how, we're living in this time where it seems like the government is going to kind of spy on the people, but maybe it's going to be for good reasons. Maybe we'll be safe. These are kind of philosophical questions. It's like, well, is it more important to have more freedom and be less safe? Or is it more important to be more safe and have less freedom? And I would throw a stick in the whole thing and say, well, actually, society isn't even really becoming more safe, but we are losing our freedom. And one of the most dangerous things throughout history is democide, people being murdered by their own government. Now, you'll call me a conspiracy theorist when I suggest that a government's capable of doing anything wrong. So you're saying that there was nothing wrong with Hitler. So you're saying there's nothing wrong with Stalin. Oh, no, just the American government. Okay. I believe that we are headed towards scary times. We're already living in scary times, and we already have lived in some scary times. I believe in a functional community where people communicate and are responsible people with, in my opinion, Christian values. I'm even to a point where it's like, hey, brother, if you believe in something beyond just iPhones and material, if you have something, it's like, you know what? Allah wouldn't want me to do this. Buddha wouldn't want me to do this. Krishna wouldn't want me to do this. If you got something that's holding you accountable for your actions, I respect it, bro. Personally, I'm a Christian. If it were up to me, it would be Christian values. In a functional society, what these people have been trying to get people to do to me here in Kodiak, it shouldn't be able to work. Okay? They go there, they spread the clips, they take things out of context, they say, oh my gosh, he's unhinged and dangerous, he needs to go to prison right now. In a society where people are skeptical, in a society where people have real communication, people would have talked to me, people would have said, you know what, I know Jake, I just saw him play a show at the Rendezvous, I grew up with him, let me just send him a message and see what's going on. And then, these people are all like, yeah, tell us what he says, and then you relay it back, okay, this is what he said, and you don't have to take everything I say at face value, okay, I'm an idiot, I said horrible, racist things, okay, you got me. I can't make those clips go away. I can't undo the things I said. It doesn't even matter if I make the clips go away. Maybe I could make the clips go away, but I gave up on trying. Okay? I'm not really fighting this as hard anymore because I believe that God is doing something with my life. Again, maybe I'm nuts, but that's what I think is happening. I believe that I have to be okay with all of this. And I am okay with all of this. And this is to people who used to be my friends, people who I know are good people who I don't know, who probably aren't bad people, because I've already admitted that when you're dealing with this kind of targeting, you're going to see toxic behavior from people who aren't ultimately toxic. To anybody who's looking for the truth, I got worked up. I was going through some rough things. I'm still going through some rough things. I still got people painting targets on my back, but I have no criminal record. All of those clips are 3 or more years old, and I don't have any hatred for anybody, bro. Right now, it seems like a lot of people hate me, and it seems like a lot of people aren't gonna forgive me for things that I said 3 or 4 years ago, and people aren't going to hear me out, and people are bearing false witness against me, and that's the last thing I wanted to say to you guys. This is not good for you. I can just tell you, if you're somebody who, you had your own things going on, and then you saw my clips, and then you got dragged into this stuff where it's like, yeah, let's screw with them, and let's hang out at the park, and wear bright orange sweaters, and and let's like find his old clips and let's try to stir things up. It's not good for you, man. Whatever you want to call it. It's bad karma. It's bad juju. It puts you in a bad place with God. It's sinful. And I'm not begging. I'm not pleading for you to stop. I'm just saying, man, it's not good for you. Y'all know that I've had some hatred in my heart in the past, and it wasn't good for me. And you've seen that. You guys, especially you guys who are part of this harassment, you've seen that. I can tell you that my worst moments came from a place where I still had hatred in my heart. And that's going to happen to you guys too if you keep going down this path. So it's really hard for me to make a short video, but I can endorse all of this, man. This is my updated statement, and I think this is the last statement I ever need to make, because I'm not making new embarrassing clips, okay? I'm not doing anything. It's constantly people trying to stir up things from the past. Now people are posting court documents, which are taking those same old clips from the past, old court case that I won, taking old videos and old clips. By the way, some people were lying about those clips in court. So there's people like, oh, trust me, bro, he said this in a clip, he said that. Well, you've seen the other things he said, right? It's getting out of hand, guys. I'm sorry that I yelled. I'm sorry that I made gun noises. First and foremost, I understand that we're living in crazy times. I understand that, like, you know, there's shooters out there. There's things going on. I understand the concern. But hopefully, if you've heard me out, especially if you're somebody who I was going to church with who caught wind of this drama, think about it, man. You saw me at church. You saw me playing drums. You saw how I handled myself, okay? Like, I had some colorful moments. You don't have to like me. You don't have to think that my channel is about anything, but let's grow up. Let's stop with the whole, oh my gosh, he's dangerous. He needs to go to jail right now. He needs to be watched. He needs to be monitored. He's not allowed to have civil rights. And reiterating the point that I made, guys, they're coming for him, okay? They're coming for some earlier than others. This is people trying to manipulate things to take away my civil rights. And you think it will never happen to you, and there's a good chance that it won't. But if you ask me, what I leave you with, for real, they're trying to figure out how to expand these techniques to take a lot more people's rights away. So, I still got my rights. I took an awesome walk tonight. Beautiful sunset happening right now. Love my kitties. Love my life. And you know what? I got love for all of you too. God bless, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.